Hello friends, welcome to VEENA'S Integrate. In the previous video, we learned about cellular respiration. This video, we shall learn about respiration in different organisms. Exchange of gases is a common life process in all living organisms, but it is not same in all because we have many organisms right from unicellular to multicellular organisms, and the process how the respiration takes place in these organisms is very different from each and every organism. Some organisms like the unicellular organisms, example amoeba, and few other animals, multicellular animals like hydra and planarians, they obtain oxygen and expel carbon dioxide directly from the body by a process known as diffusion. Amoeba is a unicellular organism. It is also an aquatic organism. Let us learn about respiration process in amoeba. Amoeba is an aquatic organism. Oxygen is present both in the cytoplasm of the amoeba and also in the water surrounding it during respiration. So oxygen present in the cytoplasm is used up continuously. With this, it lowers the amount of oxygen present in the cytoplasm when compared to the surrounding water. When this happens, oxygen present in the water diffuses into the cytoplasm. Same way, continuous production of carbon dioxide in the body of amoeba during respiration increases the amount of carbon dioxide in the body than the surrounding water. Because of this, carbon dioxide diffuses from the body into the surrounding water. So this is how the carbon dioxide and oxygen are both exchanged in the body of amoeba by the process known as diffusion. Let us learn about respiration through skin, which is also known as cutaneous respiration. This type of respiration is seen in some invertebrates and also vertebrates. In some of these animals, skin is only the respiratory organ. Example, earthworms, fish, frog. The Latin name for skin is cutis. Hence, respiration through skin is also known as cutaneous respiration. Frog is an amphibious animal. It lives both on land and water. In frog, skin is very important respiratory organ both on land and water. One third of the total oxygen taken by the frog is through the skin. Frog always keeps its skin moist. The skin of the frog has large number of glands which secrete mucus onto the surface of the skin. The mucus layer retains the water and reduces the evaporation of water from the body. So, to keep the skin wet and moist, frogs usually jump into the water very frequently, and this mucus layer absorbs water and keeps the skin moist. Now, let us learn about the respiration that takes place in insects. As you all know, in insects, blood does not circulate rapidly and supply oxygen to other tissues. Moreover, the blood in several insects has no hemoglobin and is colorless. For respiration, insects have adopted a different type of system known as the tracheal system. The tracheal system consists of a series of tubes known as trachea, which open out through small apertures called as spiracles on the sides of the body. The cockroach has 10 pair of spiracles. The spiracles are provided with apertures which open and close. Each spiracle opens into a small chamber called as atrium. From the longitudinal tracheal trunks, trachea are distributed throughout the body. From each atrium, a tracheal tube arises. All the tracheal tubes of a side join and form a longitudinal tracheal trunk. The trachea divides into fine branches called as tracheoles. which carry air directly to the cells in the tissues. Oxygen present in the air diffuses into the cells, and carbon dioxide present in the cell diffuses into the air. So by this method, blood is not required for the exchange of gases, and the movement of air in and out of the trachea is helped by the movement of the body cells. Now, let us learn about the respiration which takes place in fish. You all know that fish have gills for respiration, and the respiration which takes place through gills is known as branchial respiration. The gills are the main organs by which gases are exchanged between the fish and the surrounding water. Through the gills, the fish are able to absorb oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. So like this, the lungs, like the lungs, the gills have a large area for gaseous exchange. Fish keeps its mouth open and lowers the floor of the oral cavity. As a result, water from outside will be drawn into the oral cavity. Now, the mouth is closed and the floor of the oral cavity is raised. Water is pushed from the oral cavity into the pharynx and is forced into the gill pouches through the internal branchial apertures. Now, the gill laminae are now bathed with water and the gaseous exchange takes place. Oxygen diffuses from the water into the blood and carbon dioxide diffuses from the blood into the water. This is how the exchange of gases takes place in the fish. And this type of respiration is known as branchial respiration. You must have observed why fish they open and close their mouths frequently. They do this in order to take in or draw in more water into the oral cavity. The respiration in human beings takes place through specialized organs known as lungs, and respiration through lungs is known as pulmonary respiration. Hence, human beings they undergo pulmonary respiration. So, we have learned that amoeba undergo respiration through the process known as diffusion, and insects undergo tracheal respiration, the fish undergo branchial respiration, and the human beings undergo pulmonary respiration. So by this through this video we have learned how respiration takes place in various organisms in and through different various processes. Thank you friends. Keep watching and keep learning.